You know, by the year 2055, the Earth's population for humans should have peaked to 8.7 billion people. Then we should see a huge decline start to develop. Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going ahead and going into the details of possibilities of human extinction. So let's get right into it with some neutral effects, starting with asteroid impacts. Now it is estimated that there is about a 1 in 1,000 chance that an asteroid will be striking the Earth that could wipe out human life in the next 50 years. Now to me that is quite a small chance. However, the possibility is still there. If an asteroid impacted the land, a sulfur cloud would rise up into the atmosphere, killing most of life on Earth apart from maybe bacteria, some germs, maybe some small mammals. Unfortunately, if we don't have the technology to survive this, we would die out along with dolphins and some sea creatures and other mammals like us. However, if it struck water, it wouldn't be so much a threat, but people would still die from things like tsunamis, earthquakes from the vibrations of the impact, and even some volcano eruptions, and even some radiation. Moving on to an event that is most likely not to happen, a planet collision. Now it is believed that every billion years the Earth is struck by a very large object like Pluto. And evidence has found that the last impact like this was in around 98 million years ago, 2 million years give or take, which is quite a big time frame to look over. However, the chances of this happening in our lifetime is very slim, considering it's a 4 million gap. However, the effects on the planet would be huge, and we would truly have an extinction event off this, maybe a few bacteria surviving at the most. This is due to the sulfur cloud, the radiation coming in from space, and intense heat from the impact itself. Within the first minute of impact, most of life on Earth is dead. You would expect a huge tsunami, right? No, I wouldn't, because there's enough energy there to heat up the entire planet, so the water will evaporate into empty space and the mantle will be exposed. Which points me in the direction for another event, a supervolcano eruption. Now, if you don't know, there are 5 different supervolcanoes around the world. We've got Yellowstone, we've got Lake Taupo, we've got one in Indonesia, and some other ones around the world. All these have the ability to create a extinction event. Now, it's not sulfur that would potentially create a extinction event. Instead, it would be ash pumping into the Earth's atmosphere, creating too much CO2 and too much chemicals in the Earth that we would breathe in, causing our lungs to shut down because they're just so blocked with all this chemicals. Kind of like smoking, but on a higher rate, a very higher rate. In fact, probably thousands times more of chemicals will be found in ashes from a supervolcano eruption. Also, the ash from the supervolcano would put the entire planet into at least a 10-year nuclear winter, along with fun acid rain. Now to the last effect that could cause a human extinction event. Radiation. This is a huge key factor. We've got this huge ball of radiation in space that sends out flares to us nearly daily. Very small flares, but you know those huge ones that are reported most of the time? And you see on the news, breaking news, solar flare could strike the Earth. What if one of those actually did strike the Earth? Actually quite simple. Basically, electronics won't work, the radiation will go to an all-time high, killing most of life on Earth because the temperatures are amplifying to around maybe 100 degrees Celsius, and high rates of cancer will occur and huge deserts will form due to, again, that high temperature. Now, how would radiation from the sun actually cause a high peak in cancer rates? It's actually quite simple biology. So basically, the radiation introduces promotion of excess mitosis, which is known as cancer, which causes death. Alright, moving on to the human-made effects. Let's start off with war and weapons. So basically, Earth is in this situation where we have nuclear bombs. If we drop nuclear bombs, the radiation level increases. In fact, any bomb that is dropped on Earth is a threat to radiation increase. Of course, this can lead to excess radiation being pumped into the atmosphere, which can cause cancer to occur, and which results to death. However, there are primary impacts as well. If you guys don't know, there was a bombing at a Ariana Grande concert. This is a good example, but a bad example at the same time, because, you know, it's unfortunate what happened. However, this is a good example because it shows that bombs are deadly. It kills people, and if this increase keeps going in terrorism and war, we will kill ourselves with these weapons, just like we nearly did in the Cold War. So basically, weapons equals death. Moving on now to something a bit different, the actual effects of polluting our planet with CO2. Now, I was debating whether or not to do this in the first part on the neutral effects, but I thought, you know what, we are causing this. So basically, if you guys don't know, you should know, CO2 or carbon dioxide levels are increasing due to pollution, which then can cause a sea level rise, meaning people on the coast will have to move inland, and the population cannot handle this because we're already getting to the overpopulated state. So imagine having more population in a tighter area. This would also really impact on the resources that we use, such as lettuces, cabbages, and all that we grow, because in places like New Zealand, we have mountains everywhere. And if the sea level rose and we had to move on to these mountains, we couldn't grow these crops because it's damn too cold at these high mountains. And with us chopping down trees, this is a huge impact because that CO2 has nowhere to go, which then amplifies the temperature on Earth, which causes glaciers to melt, which leads to the sea level rise. A good example of this is the Tasman Glacier. I went there a couple of weeks ago and I saw that, holy shit, this has retreated quite a bit since humans came on the scene and started pumping out bloody CO2. And it's predicted that it will go back another 12 kilometers in 50 years. So maybe in 50 years I'll go visit and holy shit, it's back on the mountain. Also a fact, the convection current in the sea would stop, meaning the bloody UK and Europe would go into ice age. It's like, ice age here, global warming here, what the hell is going on? Moving on now to our next topic, technology. Now, technology is quite a dangerous topic because it could lead to human extinction, or it could even lead to us being saviors and immortal. Now, technology can be very bad. Do you know those nanobots that are getting made so they can replicate themselves? Well, it would be a replication of double every second. So within 50 years, the entire planet would look like grey goop. The bad thing is, it only starts with one, and it would be unstoppable, and we would suffocate. However, it turns out that technology could also prevent extinction, because as it is, we have a huge safety bubble created by satellite waves that was accidentally made by us humans. That article will be linked below. Moving on to our final subject, which is basically tied in with the technology, biocode altering. Now, we are getting to a stage where we can actually alter our own biological code. Wait, Cody, is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? It's really a bad thing, actually, because the possibilities are, if we do one thing wrong, that we could create a new virus that could spread around the entire planet, killing all life on Earth. It is really that simple, but another place that this could apply to is infertility of humans. So if you've watched a movie called Children of Men, then you would understand what I mean. Imagine not being able to have babies and knowing that your race is becoming extinct due to the fact you tried to alter your own biocode. You would feel terrible that you caused the extinction of the human race. Now, people would flip out due to the fact that the human extinction event is happening now and we can't do anything about it. People would start to commit suicide, people would start to have riots, people would start civil wars, you name it. Just the end of a planetary revolution that we caused. So guys, in conclusion, the Earth's population is increasing at a huge rate, expected 8.7 billion people in 2055, and expected to start declining due to neutral effects and human-made effects, such as asteroids impacting the planet, planet collisions, radiation, for example, a solar flare coming off the sun, global warming, which leads to the CO2 and pollution rates increasing from human activity, war, weapons, for example, nuclear weapons, which creates a radiation fallout human-made, microbots being made that can self-replicate 2 per second, which creates in 50 years global extinction due to the grey goo effect, and of course, lastly but not the least, biocode altering, us creating viruses and bloody infertility around the entire planet. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe for more content. Twitter and Instagram links are in the description. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if you disliked it. Today's question: how do you think human extinction will come by? War, asteroids, neutral effects, CO2, pollution, biocode altering? Remember to comment that down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.